today. We are going to, well, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I do have to sand this all down, so that's one thing. But I also do need to build up the bulkhead back here in the back so that it is attached. And just don't know what to do. I may take a real quick 80 pound and just kind of, so this is 60 grit, and kind of go over some of these corners here just to kind of get some of this surface stuff down. Just do a real quick pass. I think that's what I'll do, and then I'll really get back into what's going on the other side. Just kind of playing around with that. So that was 160. I think what we're going to do is we're going to come back with, let's see, I don't know what we actually have, but 60 we may go to maybe 100. Let's kind of see. Got a lot of 80. We'll go to 120. 120 will take down, and we'll get some of the more of this out. It'll also start taking some of the scratches out. We'll go, it's really cut down quite a bit, so it's really feeling good, but we'll get a lot of this blotchiness out. So let's just go ahead and rip this out. So we've got 120. Let's take this up to a lot of 120s. Well, it looks like it goes from 120 all the way up to 240, which I don't have a problem going that high, but wish there was a 150. I probably have it in some other stuff, but let's just go to the 420 or the 240, and then we can it's really looking good. We may just have this down to where we need it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to replace the pad and go ahead and go on over it again with 240. Well, that's probably going to get it from the wood sanding here. Of course, we've got to do some stuff on the inside, but I'm going to take a little bit of denatured alcohol and get it on this and see where we may need to do any more work. I do see a few little kind of pinholes in here, but I'm not going to worry about them. Knowing how the other one worked, it all got filled in. We're just going to leave it at that. I think that'll be good for now. So let's just take and rub this down with denatured alcohol. So the one thing that I did do is I went back over and I just started looking at this a little bit more, and I did take some 120 and some 240, folded it over, and went with my hand and went with the grain, because there were some of these areas that I kind of found that even though we had sanded them and got all the way up to, you know, pretty high 400 grit, one of the things that I was seeing was there were still some swirl marks. So I went through and just took a look at everything, made sure all the swirl marks were out the best I can. You know, you could sit and work on this all day. This is probably going to be, oh, I don't know, 80%, 90, I'm going to say 95%. But maybe the next one will do even better. A lot of it now is just, I want to get it in the water. And I know that, you know, maybe that's not the right attitude, that I should wait until next year. But I want to get them in the water. And if we build another one, we can take and do that. I'm first just dusting these off before I put my denatured alcohol on them. Just to kind of clean it up. Okay, a lot of dust in there. This is kind of a satisfying thing when you can kind of see the grain popping out. Also, it's kind of deep cleaning the wood. And also look to see, you know, any of those deep scratches in there that we may want to get out. Well, it's going to look really good. It's going to be a nice contrast between the two. I actually didn't really realize how dark that Akomi was, but that Akomi is pretty dark. So the insides will be pretty dark on these. That's actually going to be it from a sanding standpoint. Guess I do need to clean this one off as well. But then once this is done, then we should be good to go with our sanding. And we'll start working on the bulkhead back there. Get this one here. As with the other one, we will try to see if we can do a little work on this. So actually this is, I mean, we could probably get it so that it's flat. Maybe. We may want that curve to stay in there. But I think what I'm going to do is I'll take these little sides off. And there's a curve in there. So let's put a little curve in there. We'll cut those off, see if we can do anything with it, and then if we need to cut more, then maybe what we do is we just trim this up and put it up higher. So I'm just going to try it, see what we get. Actually, this may work just like this. What we'd end up doing is epoxying this in and then maybe bringing that down, making that flat right on there, and then be able to tab that all in. I really want to tab this one here in, or at least put a fillet in there, so that would make that nice and strong. Made it back from lunch, and we're just going to go ahead and put this in. I've got this all taken care of, but I am going to mix up some epoxy, and we're going to epoxy the back side of this because we want that to be nice, and we're going to then adhere this onto this and wire it in. I'm not going to wire up to the top. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some strips of fiberglass, and we're just going to tab that all in up in there to make that nice and strong. I should probably build out some fillet, but it's a pretty big gap, so we're just going to layer some fiberglass in. I've got this tilted, so I think we'll be able to get what we need from this side, and if we need to put some more, then that's what we'll end up doing. Well, that was we were able to get in there and get that taken care of.
I can't tell too much. I did tab all that down. It should be reinforced really well. You are seeing some light up in there because it is all clear. But we're going to let that dry, and that'll keep that shape. We've got a lot of cleaning up to do on the inside there. But happy with how that went. I think we can kind of box everything up and be done out here for the day, because that's going to have to dry, and then after that we'll do some sanding. But thank you for watching today. Make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up if you like the content, and make sure to turn on your post notifications to get all the episodes of the bucket list on the condo and also the kayak builds. Thanks for watching.